We're taking off of this one side right here to give clearance for the bolt to go through. And at the same time, we had to come in here and just get a little bit of slot in here because the round pin's there. And then the other thing that's kind of giving a little tiny bit of interference is just the beginning of this right here. There's a little flashing right there. Take that off of each side. These should all come in the instructions when you get this machine, but here I'm at least showing you what it's taken to get mine to function the way I would think it was supposed to be functioning. Okay, I like that. That moves nice and free. I believe that's what I would expect it to do right out of the box, but you know, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. All right. Okay, one down, 3 more to go. See, these are just cast face. There's a bump right there. The other one had one there, bump. So you just got to smooth these out. Alright, no bumps, no grinding. You know, I would think that these would be milled square, but they're not. I'm just kind of going to give them a hit like that. Alright, now we're going to start working this. Okay, now for the last finishing touches here. We got a couple water trays. One fits on that side, and one fits on that side. All right, now we get somewhere here. Here they are. Couple closed here for the water cups. Actually, they used to give you 2 water. Actually, I shouldn't say they. Most grinders would come and they had 2 water cups. Now this was this valve was busted right off at the end here on the first grinder that I had here. I'm not sure I'm gonna even like the watering cup here, but there we go. All right, let's plug her in. Oh, we do need to get a light bulb. Let's check that out. All right, cool. A lot quieter than it was. A lot less vibration than it was. Alright, I think we're in business. Now, if you want a good deal on a grinder, this was another good example of production items and shortcuts. Whenever something goes into production, you start to have shortcuts. If somebody wants it cheaper, okay, they're not going to cut their profit. They're going to cut what they're going to give you. We put some labor into this, and it was a project. I couldn't believe that. You know, I told them I mentioned to MSC when I called because the valve was broken on the water cup, and the wheel was running out, and I gave them, you know, I just put an indicator in here and kind of spun it, and you know, similar to what I was doing except for just a quickie test. I could see it oscillating around. The box looked pretty ragged that it came in, and they did. They checked their sources to see if there was any other complaints of the same items, and they offered me an exchange. So I did the exchange, and so I don't know if it's just by chance that I got 2 items in a row that were in similar, you know, conditions. You know, I'm not going to worry about a valve broken up on the water cup as a defect of manufacturing. That was shipment or storage or something like that. Well, now I'm pretty comfortable with bolting this down on a pedestal right next to the other grinder I have there to have a grinding station. And I finally got this to where I think I'm going to be pretty well satisfied with its functioning. I know that I will be having to pull these end bells off of here and probably change out those inner bearings at some time. They just put shielded bearings in there and I can see through the openings. You know, this kind of thinking, the shortcuts, nuts, bolts, I've seen some pretty good wobble and thread alignment there. But she's running smooth now. She stayed in one spot on the table. You know, I was shopping in a magazine and I saw a good deal, or at least what I thought was a good deal. It just turned into a good project. It turned into a good project because I'm an American and I have standards. You know, I got sucked into the good price and I got to looking at it, and I definitely wanted to pick up a carbide diamond wheel, and it came with the roughing carbide stones, and hey, I thought it was going to be a knockoff of a good old ball door USA made carbide grinder, and had expectations of it running like one, and I sadly was mistaken. It did cause me a good project, but a little tuning up and finishing a few details, which were shortcuts, production shortcuts. And I mean, I don't know where the quality control is. You know, I pretty well had this apart, so run out, paint job, non-sealed bearings, the aluminum castings not finished and the pivots not clear, center slots not in the center. Besides that, the light came on, the water cup wasn't broken, and the switch works. And now it doesn't vibrate off the table. So, coming soon will be tool bit grinding tips from Keith, and I might even get into a little bit of drill sharpening. Get her done.